So to wire the capacitor in, I'm going to be following this diagram so you can see it's going through the middle lug of the tone control. And then it's going to be through the this lug on the volume control. And we'll also be going to ground. It's a little tough reaching, but we can make it work. So, got my soldering iron at 500 degrees. So I need to make a ground from here to the back of the pot. So I got some extra wire here. And cut it like this. Push back on that. Hold it with some needle nose. And just kind of burn that extra off. And then what I'm hoping to do is get that through here. And I might try to put a little more solder on there because I'm really solder happy. And I don't like the look of that charred cloth wire. I'm going to try something different maybe. Okay. This is only 500 degrees. It's really not hot enough for the back of a pot. It is just not hot enough. It's like a ball of solder. I mean, it'll do, but really, I'm going to reflow this. I'm going to turn it up to 7. And this is what's so great about the Wellers. They heat up fast. Watch this. Turn it up to 700 degrees. All right. Oops. Didn't quite do that right. And it looks a little better. See? Smoother. Okay, so since I screwed it up, I got too short of a leg on this capacitor, so I'm going to try to extend it. Okay, here's where it helps to have multiple helping hands. I've got another set of helping hands because I accidentally bought 2 one time, but it really comes in handy now because I got all kinds of stuff going on here. Looks like I got it. Well, there. Now you think that's going to be long enough? All right, time to solder this part. Ooh, that is hot. Okay. Oh, it's not hot enough. Dang it, I forgot to turn up the... Yeah, it's just not hot enough. It's not hot enough, you're going to get that crappy looking solder joint. And it just doesn't look good. So... Now, some might argue that's too hot, but I like that. That's my signature solder joint right there. Yeah, it works. All right, next. So one of my next steps is to wire from here to here to here to here to here even. Well, I guess you don't really need to do that. But once you go from here to here to here, here, they're all grounded, and I'm going to use these wires, but I need to... now on this cloth wire, you can push back, get it out of there, grab it with a little needle nose pliers. You can pull that back real easy, and get them soldered up to your pots. Again, for soldering to the back of pots, I like to heat it up to at least 700. Get this one pulled back too. Grab it with the needle nose. Yep, there we go. Oh, there's some extra I didn't get. See, now that's where I screwed up. You get that fraying. Now, if you get that and it's bothering you, I have successfully cured it with this without making a total mess. There. There, that's better. Okay. Now, what I need to do is solder these here. Actually, that's a little long, but actually, might be good to have these long because they're going to be moving around inside the guitar while I put them in position. All right, so let's see if we can get these soldered. We need our helping hands. That's that's what I'm missing. Darn it. Okay, got the helping hands to get it held there in place. Soldering iron heated up to 700 degrees. Solder. Screwdriver. That was pretty precarious because it wasn't held in place very good by my towel underneath. So, but looks like it did the job, so let's... Alright, yeah, I think this will be good. It's kind of difficult for me because My towel is not holding it very good. Well, I don't have it positioned right. But a little more, have it set up a little more sturdy in this next round. Okay, so now I'm going to ground this wire from the bridge tone control to, or from the neck tone control to the bridge tone control. And for starters, use our helping hands. Get the wire down here. I already have some solder on there, so that's going to help. Of course, everything's flopping around. Let me get it more sturdy. There, that should be better. These helping hands are really versatile. You can pretty much get them to hold everything exactly where you want it to. And it's really cool if you have two of them, which I do, because sometimes it helps to have an extra. Set them in degrees. I really need to get out a bigger wedge solder tip. This one I can't hardly see where the wedge is. So I got this tip, which is a little bit wider of a wedge than this one, and it really helps because when you are soldering to the back of pots, you get this wedge on here, you get a lot better heat transfer, and you can get your iron on and off of that pot a lot quicker that way, and use a hotter temperature off and on there a lot quicker, and then you don't risk damaging the pot as badly. Although I don't think I've yet damaged a pot in all my years. Okay, grounding to the bridge pickup tone control. I've gotten a bigger, wider wedge on here. It helps to hold down. Oh wait, I'm not hot enough. 100 for the win. Let's see if we can do this smoothly. Decent. Okay, attaching the ground to the bridge pickup volume control. Okay, now I'm gonna solder the ground to the bridge pickup tone control. All right. So I have here some pre-wired treble blades I made a long time ago. So I have these treble blades, and it's a capacitor and a resistor. I wire them in parallel, and then on your volume pots, and this is the bridge volume control, you put one side through here, one side through here, and then one side through here. And I'm going to want these on here because they allow you to turn down your volume control and still have a nice clear tone. Because a lot of times you turn down your volume, especially on semi-hollows with humbuckers, you turn down the guitar volume and it's just a really dark, muddy tone. Well, this prevents that from happening. Makes it sound nice and clear, but if you still want it dark, you can still use your tone control and get all the darkness you want. It just makes it so you have all those options. Okay, my next step, I've decided we're going to put the new humbucker, and this is the neck pickup. Try to put it, see if it can fit in this pickup surround with no problem. Hopefully it'll work just fine. Alright, so gotta take these out of here completely, and it just screws right out. Needed to get a bigger screwdriver, that other one wasn't working. Hopefully this will do it. Are we getting her out? Yes, it's finally coming out. So this one, it's almost too stripped out to unscrew it. I'm getting it there, but it's, ooh. Can almost do it by hand. All right, there we go. Now, save your old pickup springs and screws. Keep them attached. Sometimes you can, yeah, they'll just stick to the back of the pickup. Kind of handy. That way, if somebody decides they want to install this pickup, they can put it in. Although I wouldn't recommend this one. I think it's the stock Oscar Schmidt neck pickup, and it was kind of dark, kind of muddy sounding. Okay, so now we got the new one in, and I'll put okay, so this part's always really fun. So you have to hold this together by hand until you can get to a point where it will hold itself together. And it's not easy, unless there's probably a cool trick to do this that I don't quite have down. And I just try to get it started in there, and I'm not getting anywhere yet. Okay, so I'm kind of irritated because GFS, Guitar Fetish, they're a great site. They have great products. Their pickups sound great, but they sent these screws along with this pickup does not fit through that hole. And I thought, well, if I get started, it'll start going through. Well, it did. But even then, it's still so tight that I had to nearly destroy the screw head getting it through there. I'm going to drill this. This is the closest drill bit I have. And hopefully... Well, fortunately, it worked. It made it just right. Just run this through. We'll do the trick, which is a pain to do anyway. All right, I got that one. Okay, well, I finally got these in. And be advised, pay attention to the angle. It's hard to see on this neck pickup ring, but it is wider here than it is here. And it has to be in, you know, you want to, if you want the pull pieces to be towards the neck, like they are, the thicker side of this pickup ring is towards the neck, so it's gonna go in the guitar like that. Start screw these up a little bit more than they are, because okay, got that in pretty good. Here's the thing about the GFS Quick Connect pickups that's cool is once you get these installed, they have this quick plug that you can pull out, and as long as you buy from other types from their line of quick connects, you know, that as long as they fit in this bracket, you know, you can swap out pickups almost instantly without taking the guitar apart. You'd have to have the strings up or off, but then you can change the pickups real quickly with this system, which is pretty cool. So, and this particular one is, it's like a, you know, just an Alnico II type PAF pickup. And what I'm going to do is solder the white and red together. They're the signal of both the coils. And then these are grounds. Just solder them together to the back of the pot. So these will go through the first lug, and these will go to the back of the pot. Okay, and then here's the tone rider, which I was talking about earlier and making readings on, which I think this is a good pickup. I think it's still good. Okay, just about got this one out of here. There we go. And again, save the old screws. And these, you know, they'll go with this pickup, and just put them on the back. They'll stay there. This is a tone rider, you know. This pickup is good, which I'm pretty sure it is. You could sell this. You can make some money off of that. All right, and here's the bridge pickup with the quick connect. Of course, I'm going to have to drill these holes out, I'm assuming. Okay, got the bridge pickup in there, and this is the way it's supposed to be. Tall side towards the bridge, thin side towards the neck. And that is also the way this one is supposed to be. Tall side towards the bridge, thin side towards the neck, but I did it wrong, so I have to take this one back out and put it in the right way. Okay, and so now I got this neck pickup in the right way. Thin side towards the neck, this fatter side faces the bridge, and the pull pieces are closer to the neck. Okay. All right, so I've got these pickups, or I've got these pots half wired up. Got the neck pickup in here. Got the bridge pickup in here. So I've decided one thing I think I'm going to try to do is just use this original toggle switch, because I think it's okay. And it's soldered up real nicely. I know where these wires go. And I just know how it's going to work. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull this through. And it looks like I might have to take the tip off before I can get it to come up through there, because it just doesn't have enough clearance. And as you may know, all you need to do to take that tip off is just to unscrew it. Okay, so we're going with the original toggle switch and wires, and that will save me time and will hopefully work just fine. And this toggle switch, and we've got it attached to a string, and we're trying to get it pulled through here. All right. And it's not coming through readily, but I can probably just pull it up with this. Oh, I know why it's not, because this string is stuck in there. Yeah, now it should come through there maybe a little easier. No. Okay, now I'm gonna have to pull it up. I think that's all it goes. And then I'll just pull this string off here. Install the rusty old washer. And kind of want to make sure okay, well, I've got the toggle switch roughly in place, but my problem is, well, one, I don't want it to switch like that. I want it to switch up and down. It's switching at a messed up angle because I don't quite have it in right like I want it to. But I'm not going to worry about that at just the right moment, because right now, because I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to hopefully be in a position where I can test it later to make sure that when it's here, it's the bridge pickup, and when it's here, the neck pickup. And hopefully I'll be able to figure it out before I get the pickup in, because once I get the pickup in, it's going to be too hard to get back at this toggle switch to change its positioning. So, but for right now, here is the bridge pickup lead, and here is the neck pickup lead. Well, actually, they could be whatever I want. It doesn't matter. I could install whichever which. But since this was on the bridge pickup one originally, then I'll do it that way. Strip back the insulation a little better on here so I can solder at it easier. So I got my strippers. Try to get a decent amount of insulation off of there. Yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah, that's better. Do the same thing with the neck pickup lead. Yeah, that's pretty good. And I think my next step is I'm just going to go ahead and I think just go ahead and get the output jack back in place. All right, I think I have everything in place. So I'm just gonna put what I've got, so you can see that I've got this washer here. So that washer will allow me to pull it through the guitar. I'm hoping not to get anything tangled up. Although, if I do, it's probably not that big of a deal. And then we gotta try to get it to come out here. Out there. That's where we're trying to get it. Easier said than done. Okay, and I need to poke at it. I think I'll try to use these things. Okay, I think I know what might work. Here, let's try this, see if this works. So I've got the output jack here, but it's not coming through. Well, there it goes. But it's not quite coming through because it's at an angle. I just straighten it out with this screwdriver. Comes right out. Sweet. Then you can get it down to your output jack. And I think this washer is too small, because it's an extra, because I think I lost the original washer. Oh, crap. Well, I just broke the string, but it shouldn't be too bad of an emergency. I think I can figure it out. Okay, well, no biggie. I got the output jack back out, and I still got this washer on a string. Okay, so I totally blew it with the output jack, but now I've got a string going through. I've got the output jack, and I thread this through here, and then tie my washer back on here. And the problem I'm having, I gotta be careful, is this string is actually old. It's either because it's too old, or maybe another reason, but it breaks really easy. Okay, so you can see I'm going to go ahead and try to pull this through one more time, but before I do, I just want to verify. I think this washer I have is too small, maybe? I don't know. Okay, let's try to get this back through. Alright, got it through. No problem. Again. And I want to put a washer on here because I think I'm supposed to. I think it would be a good idea, but I may just not have the right size. And I'm trying to push it on there. It's too tight. Okay, well, I'm going to skip the washer because it's just giving me too much trouble right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this back on. And I think it's 11 millimeter. I'll try to get this tight. Now, once it gets tightened to a certain point, the input jack is just going to keep turning, and you want to stop that by putting these needle nose in here, and you can get it. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but yeah, you can get it pretty tight. Well, you don't want to over tighten. Never over tighten anything. But I think that's pretty secure. String stuck way in there. I think I can get it out. These. Ah, there. Yep. See, and there's my washer, and now I won't need that anymore because the input jack is in place, which is very cool. Okay, so my next step, I'm just going to run these wires from the toggle switch back through here, and I'm going to make the blue wire. I'm going to connect the blue wire to the bridge pickup volume and connect the red wire to the neck pickup volume control. I got to get them through here. There's the red one. Get this blue one out. There's the blue one. All right. So now I've got those out, and my next step, I think, is going to hook these where they go on the pickups, and then once I've done that, I'll hook this ground wire onto the pickups. So to do that, I gotta bring these pickups. I keep saying pickups. Oh, you know what? I think even before that, my next step, speaking of pickups, that's why I'm saying pickups, because I need to get the actual pickups hooked up. Well, I'm going to go ahead and put the neck pickup in, and just to facilitate easily getting it through this pickup cavity hole, I'm going to twist those wires together. Hopefully I can get it through. There we go. All right, there we go. And then we're going to have our neck pickup like this. And everything is the way it should be. Boom. I'm not going to screw these in yet because we are going to maybe try to run a test once we get enough things soldered up together. Okay, and I'll put the bridge pickup in. I probably don't need to twist as much wires together. This should go through easily. Yeah. And again, we want to. We didn't have to fish. Wow, that was really easy. Cool. You gotta love when it works out like that. Okay, so this is the bridge pickup wire from Toggle Switch. I try to get it soldered in place. I may have to unsolder it later, but we'll just and checking if it's still in frame. If you can see what I'm doing, I'm going to solder to the ground, to the back of the pot. Really not hot enough for this. Not hot enough at all. There, that's much better. I've got the hot from the bridge through here. I'm going to try to solder that real quick. And the soldering iron is on 500 degrees. Okay, now. Okay, so I'm actually at a point where I think I've got a successful test. Let's see. So I've got the bridge pickup volume control all wired up. And to the tone control, I don't have it soldered on this side yet, but so the test is getting the sound out of there. Volume's working. And the tone is working as far as I can tell. Here's what. That seems to be working. So I'm going to solder up the neck pickup. And then we're going to try to get the pots pulled back through and installed into the guitar. Okay, I got to get this lead soldered to the bridge pickup tone control. Oh, I still got the amp on. I could probably shut that off for now. Hopefully that'll work. Now, I got 3 wires I want to put. Well, I want to put the neck pickup hot through here, and I also want to put the toggle switch hot through there. Yeah, neck pickup hot through here, toggle switch hot through there. Here's the toggle switch hot. Okay, and what's highly recommended, which will help out, things in the way. If you can see right here, okay, on this, of course there's always something blocking. On this bridge pickup volume control, if that's in frame at all, we want to try to get everything through this lug before we solder. It's just easier that way. And this is frayed at the end, so I gotta try to twist it together and thread it through carefully. Okay, well I got that through, and then I lost the hot on my pickup lead. Now, here's where some dildos will come in handy. Just pull that through. This through, and treble blade leg is in there. Now I'm not even sure if this is in frame. I think it is, so I can get some solder on there and secure it. Hope that was in frame. I was probably blocking. Okay, I've got the hot from the toggle switch here, and my soldering iron is way too hot. I'm going to try to solder this in here without blocking the camera. I don't know if I blocked it last time, but hopefully I didn't. There we go. Pretty good blob of solder on there.